Ever wondered how diseases spread? How can a single cough in one part of the world cause a pandemic in another? It's a question that has baffled humanity for centuries. And today, we're going to delve into the fascinating world of disease transmission. From the microscopic pathogens that cause illness to the complex networks that allow these diseases to travel across continents, it's all part of a vast, interconnected web of life. Today, we unravel the mystery of communicable diseases, their types, and how they spread. First things first, what exactly are communicable diseases? Well, as the name suggests, communicable diseases, also known as infectious diseases, are medical conditions that can be transmitted from one individual to another. They're like the world's worst game of pass the parcel, with unwanted health problems being the prizes inside. Communicable diseases are caused by pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi. These tiny, often invisible invaders can spread through various means, be it direct contact, through the air, via contaminated food or water, or even through insect bites. Now let's imagine a typical day. You're on your morning commute, grabbing a coffee on the way, shaking hands with colleagues, using public restrooms. Each of these everyday activities can expose you to these pathogens, making you vulnerable to communicable diseases. Sounds scary, doesn't it? But don't worry, our bodies are equipped with robust immune systems that often successfully fight off these invaders. However, it's when these defenses are breached that we contract a communicable disease. Communicable diseases come in many forms and can affect different parts of the body. Some might give you a runny nose and a fever, like the common cold or flu, while others, such as malaria or HIV/AIDS, can have more severe and life-threatening implications. There are also communicable diseases that primarily affect the skin, like ringworm or scabies, and others that target the digestive system, such as food poisoning or cholera. The range and diversity of communicable diseases are quite vast, highlighting the importance of understanding and preventing them. It's vital to remember that communicable diseases aren't just about the individual. They concern communities, societies, and in the age of global travel, the entire world. They're a significant public health issue, and efforts to control and prevent them can save millions of lives each year. In essence, communicable diseases are like uninvited guests, moving from person to person, sometimes wreaking havoc in their wake. But by arming ourselves with knowledge and taking necessary precautions, we can ensure that we're not an easy target for these unwelcome visitors. How do these diseases make the leap from one person to another? What are their modes of transmission? These questions might be running through your mind. Let's delve into the different avenues these microscopic troublemakers use to spread and cause havoc. First up, we have direct contact. This is the transfer of disease from person to person, without any intermediary. Imagine you're shaking hands with someone who has a cold and hasn't washed their hands, or perhaps you've shared a straw with someone who has mononucleosis. In both scenarios, the disease-causing organisms have hitched a ride directly from one host to another. Next, we have indirect contact. Here, the disease doesn't travel directly from person to person. Instead, it takes a detour, lingering on an object or surface that an infected person has touched. You've seen those signs in public restrooms emphasizing the importance of washing your hands. That's because things like doorknobs, elevator buttons, and even the money in your wallet can serve as pit stops for these pathogens. Now let's talk about droplet transmission. This method is popular among respiratory diseases like the flu or common cold. When an infected person sneezes or coughs, they send out a spray of tiny droplets containing the disease. These droplets can then find a new home in the respiratory tract of anyone unfortunate enough to be in their path. Airborne transmission is similar to droplet transmission, but with a twist. Here, the disease can linger in the air for hours, even after the infected person has left the room. Diseases like tuberculosis and measles use this sneaky method. Finally, we have vector-borne diseases. These are diseases that rely on creatures like mosquitoes, ticks, or fleas to carry them from host to host. Think of malaria or Lyme disease. So, whether it's a sneeze, a handshake, or a mosquito bite, these diseases have found numerous ways to travel. Now, let's dive into the different types of communicable diseases. The world of communicable diseases is as diverse as it is vast. These diseases, capable of passing from person to person, can be classified into 4 main types: bacterial, viral, fungal, and parasitic. First up, we have bacterial diseases. These are caused by bacteria, tiny single-celled organisms that can inhabit a variety of environments, including our own bodies. Some bacteria are beneficial, but others can cause diseases like tuberculosis, strep throat, or urinary tract infections. A remarkable feature of bacterial diseases is their ability to survive outside the body, on surfaces or objects, waiting to be picked up by an unsuspecting host. Next, we have viral diseases. Viruses are even smaller than bacteria and require a host to survive and reproduce. They invade cells in your body and use them to multiply, often destroying the host cell in the process. Some of the most common viral diseases include the flu, the common cold, HIV, and more recently, COVID-19. Viral diseases can be particularly challenging to treat due to their ability to rapidly mutate and evolve. Moving on, let's discuss fungal diseases. These are caused by fungi, organisms that can be found almost everywhere in our environment. While most fungi are harmless, some types can cause diseases, especially in people with weakened immune systems. Athlete's foot, yeast infections, and ringworm are all examples of fungal diseases. And lastly, we have parasitic diseases. These are caused by parasites, organisms that live on or in a host organism and get their food at the host's expense. Parasitic diseases can be caused by various parasites, including protozoa and worms. Malaria, caused by a protozoan parasite transmitted through mosquito bites, is a prime example of a parasitic disease. So as you can see, communicable diseases can be caused by a variety of organisms, each with its own unique way of invading and exploiting our bodies. They range from the minor irritations of a common cold to life-threatening conditions like HIV or malaria. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding the different types of communicable diseases can help us better understand how to prevent them and stay healthy. From the common cold to malaria, communicable diseases come in all shapes and sizes, each with their unique characteristics. So, how can we protect ourselves and our communities from these diseases? Well, the answer is simple and complex at the same time. Prevention. It's a word we've all heard, but what does it truly mean in the context of communicable diseases? Prevention is the act of stopping something before it happens. In this case, it means stopping a disease before it spreads. It's about creating barriers that block the pathways of transmission we discussed in Scene 3. These barriers can be physical, like wearing masks and washing hands regularly, or they can be biological, like getting vaccinated. Vaccines play a crucial role in preventing communicable diseases. They work by introducing a weakened or dead version of the disease-causing germ into our bodies. This doesn't make us sick, but rather triggers our immune system to produce antibodies. These antibodies then remember how to fight the disease if we're exposed to it in the future. It's like giving our bodies a sneak peek of the enemy so they can prepare a robust defense. Maintaining hygiene is another essential part of prevention. Regular hand washing, especially before meals and after using the restroom, can help eliminate many disease-causing germs. Disinfecting surfaces and objects that we often touch, like door handles, mobile phones, and keyboards, can also help reduce the risk of disease transmission. Public health initiatives, too, play a significant role in prevention. They work on a larger scale, implementing measures like disease surveillance, mass vaccination programs, and public health education. These initiatives aim to control the spread of diseases and protect communities, especially those most vulnerable. So, you see, prevention isn't just a concept, it's a practice. It's a collective responsibility that begins with each one of us and extends to our families, our communities, and our world. By practicing prevention, we're not only protecting ourselves, but also contributing to a healthier, safer world. Remember, when it comes to communicable diseases, an ounce of prevention truly is worth a pound of cure. So let's all commit to prevention and make this world a healthier place for everyone. So we've journeyed through the world of communicable diseases, understanding what they are, how they spread, their types, and how to prevent them. We've discovered that these diseases, spreading from person to person or through animals, are divided into numerous types, each with unique characteristics. Prevention is key, and we've learned that hygiene, vaccination, and staying informed can make a world of difference. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay healthy. Until next time, keep exploring the world around you.